Well, Carla,
So,
don't you feel
so
like courage and resilient kind of go hand in hand? To have courage, you have to be resilient because when you put yourself out there, you're gonna fall. And so you need
mm,
resilience to get back up, to be courageous again. It's almost like a little
so
cycle,
true.
right? A little bit of
Yeah.
courage, a little bit of resilience.
I love it. I love it. I can picture that because it's correct. You can't without that persistence, resilience, that grit, that tenacity on the back end. Courage could be scary,
Mhm.
but taking that first step is going to need all of those things to get you going. So, and then having someone like you on the side to be able to say, "Come on, let's go." And I can see your voice now, really like very, you have such a gracious voice. So you're like, "Come on, let's do this."
Exactly, Carla. Let's do this.
Ah.
That's right.
Yeah. And that is so, really I could see a lot of people really taking advantage and growing as a person, growing as an entrepreneur, growing in courage to be able to do whatever it is that their wildest dreams are. And that's the whole point of your inspired journey, that to see someone like you, how your when you were a young, 4, 3, 5 year old, taking that memory and then being inspired by it. And then, even though some people may look at it as a challenge, but you took it as an inspiration and built upon that. And then here you are, and to share with others, we can do this. Hang in there. Just find ways. Be able to hold on and really just keep pushing through, and eventually you'll break through to that journey that it is that you're looking for. And you're a perfect example of that.
Thank you so much,
So let
Carla.
me. You're welcome. So if you had an opportunity to ask a person, or let me rephrase that. If a person had an opportunity to ask you a question that would benefit and help them along their journey on whatever it is that they're looking to accomplish, what would that be? What would be that one question? Because a lot of times I think sometimes a person would be, by a coach or educator such as yourself, and then once they leave a conversation with you, say, "Gosh, I wish I had asked that question." Or you may leave the conversation that, "Gosh, I wish they'd asked me this question."
Hmm.
Would you have any advice for someone who is along a journey and just need a little pep up or a little encouragement to keep them going?
So, one thing I think people struggle the most with is not learning, is not courage, but is accountability. And so, I would
Mm,
want someone to ask me, how did you hold yourself accountable to keep going?
mm,
Or how did you hold yourself accountable to be courageous? And I think
okay.
that looks different for a variety of people, right? Some people have a friend that holds them accountable. Some people are really good at organizing lists. I'm not very good at Excel spreadsheets or lists. That's not my forte. But I think it's important to know what are different strategies for us to stay
Mhm.
accountable if the goal is truly important to us.
Nice. So this you're saying basically, as far as the accountability, there are so many different ways. Yes, but finding the way that works for you, and then be able to help support that, or be able to connect with someone that can help you fast track that accountability.
Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
that.
For me, I'm really good with a buddy, an accountability buddy that can hold me accountable, that I can say, because once I say it, like, I'm working on this week. And then when they check in, they're like, how was it? And I don't want to go back to them sheepishly and be like, oh, I didn't actually work on it. You know, that feeling. And I think that's what's great about working with someone is that it's a tender accountability. It's accountability with love and care, but also firmness.
And so you've given it a name, so what is it again?
I combined accountability and buddy together. I heard this phrase at a training, and so it's accountability buddy. It could be a tongue twister.
I love it. No, that's look. I didn't try to say it. But it makes sense because really, accountability partner is a buddy. Is a
Mhm.
buddy. You want a buddy. You want someone that you can, really connect with, resonate with, and build a rapport with, because that's the only way it's going to be effective, right?
You
Would
got
you
it.
agree?
I
Oh
100%
man.
agree.
So if you had to, 5 years from now, where do you see yourself moving along this? life of building, right? As this courageous educator, if you could change something in the world, what would that be? Like, what do you see coming in 5 years for you?
Well,
What does
I
success
am
look
a
like?
big believer of setting huge, audacious goals. And so I see myself speaking on stages, speaking about courage and transforming large audiences to encourage people to go after their dream and pursue a life that they desire. So,
So when I see the courageous educator in green light, and I'm like in the back, hey
and I'm
man,
like,
you gonna
Carla,
let me
come
come
over
by?
here, come backstage. Yeah.
But I love it. I love it. I mean,
And
I see it. Your message needs to be heard. I could see you, communicating in conferences, educational conferences all over the world, and give, because we as teachers, we as coaches, we all of us, we need encouragement, and that would be nice to be able to hear all the different ways. Because I love how you have like different systems that you put in place, right? Whether it's tasks, or putting a situation in an accountability form, so that you can move forth. And I can't wait to get. When is your planner? When do you think that the planner is going to come out?
oh, Carla, it is still a work in action. So maybe I could set it
Okay.
right here. When would that come out? Maybe
Okay.
the end of the year. Maybe I'll say that. Maybe I won't say maybe. The end of the year.
Okay.
So the
End of the
start
year.
of
All right.
2021, it will be ready.
I love it because, yeah, because I mean, I could see how that could be so helpful to others. And if someone wanted to reach out to you and connect with you, and even maybe pre-order your calendar, where would they go?
Yeah, please. I would love to have your listeners reach out. You can find me on my website at mingshelby.com. And I'm all over social media. So on Instagram, it's also Ming Shelby. On LinkedIn is Ming Shelby. And Facebook is Ming Shelby. So reach out and connect. And I would love to hear from your audience.
I love it. So if you had to choose three words, and I kind of have an idea of what those three words would be, but I want to hear like three words to describe who you are or what it is that you do. What would be those three words?
All right. So the first one is connected. I love being connected
Mhm.
to others, connecting with others. That is first and foremost, that is so important to me. And then the second one is accountability. And then the third one is resilience.
Love it. And if you had to share what it is that you do to serve the world, how
I
does that
help
sound?
women courage up by pursuing their ultimate desires and dreams.
Love it.
Thank you,
Thank you so.
Carla.
Oh, thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was an honor to just hear your journey, Ming, and really share with the world. I
Thank you
look
so
forward.
much. I hope it
Oh,
inspires someone to continue on their courageous journey as well.
I mean, it's inspiring me to be more courageous, to show up more courageous, right? That is important because a lot of times we tend to sneak up right into life when really we need to step into our greatness and really be who we are intended to be in the first place. So thank you for reminding us of being able to be couraged up, whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish, because we can accomplish it, but I guess, are we in do we look encouraging right while we're accomplishing those goals? So
For
thank you for
sure.
that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us here on Your Inspired Journey. It was a pleasure to speak with Ming about being an educator, being a person of courageous abilities to be able to accomplish all of the things that you dreamed of. Stay encouraged, stay empowered, but most importantly, understand that you can dream and do whatever it is that you do. With that, I will see you soon.